Adam here from the Walzer Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is compare a couple of Tucson models. Now we have the 2024 SEL and the SEL Hybrid. So we'll look at the exterior, the interior, the engine differences, and see which one might just be perfect for you. Now there's a lot of different models and options when looking at the 24 Tucson, but we wanted to go with a couple of our most popular models. Now this white one here is the 2024 SEL with the all-wheel drive. Now it will come standard with front-wheel drive, but most of the time this vehicle will be in front-wheel drive even with the H-Track system to help you get the best possible fuel economy. Now this one is powered by a 2.5 liter four-cylinder and it gets an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now that's going to be good for about 29 mpg on the highway or about 25 combined mpg for the all-wheel drive model. Now a few other things on the SEL you'll notice up front. This has that really cool and distinctive grille design with those LED lights that shine through the grille, and then you're going to have LED headlights as well, and it looks really cool going down the road. Now this model will have the 17-inch wheels, and it does get the black roof rack rails up above, so if you want to put the crossbars up there, you can throw the mountain bikes or maybe the kayaks up there and go away for a long weekend. Now this SEL also will have a power liftgate out back, which is going to be very convenient for loading stuff up. There's a little button you can click, or on the remote fob you can open it up that way, and you are going to have quite a bit of storage space. Now this one also does get the 60-40 split rear seats. So those are cool because in the back there's actually a little handle you can pull, and that's going to kick the seat down either one side or the other. Maybe you just need the one if you're hauling something but still bringing people with. There's a lot of convenient ways to utilize the space of the Tucson. Now the Tucson kind of falls in the middle of the Hyundai lineup, and I think it's a great size. It's easy to park, it's easy to buzz around city, and I think the 2.5 gives you more than enough power to get you up and get you moving. Now some notable changes for the 24 weren't any huge updates. This is going to look pretty similar, except for they moved around a few of the trim levels and a few of the smaller equipment options. But before we hop inside, let's jump over and look at the SEL Hybrid. All right, so now we have the 24 SEL, and this is the convenience hybrid. So there's going to be a lot of equipment added into this one. With the standard SEL non-hybrid, you can also add the convenience package if you're looking for some of this equipment, so that is good to note. Now this one is going to be powered by a 1.6 liter turbocharged engine with that hybrid system built in. Now this one goes from the 8-speed in the regular one down to the 6-speed, and that means you're going to get a little bit different fuel economy with the hybrid system in that gearbox. This one you're going to be looking at about 37 in the city and 36 on the highway. So if you're looking for better fuel economy, this is certainly the one to go with. Now this is also the H-Track all-wheel drive, so that's going to help you out in these Minnesota winters, and again it's going to be mostly in front-wheel drive to help you get that best possible mileage. Now this Tucson Hybrid is not the plug-in model. I think there's about 15 states that actually get the plug-in hybrid. This is just the regular one, so it will recharge as you're driving around and help you get the best mileage that way. This one is the Amazon Green, which is specific to the hybrid model for 2024. It goes to the 19-inch wheels with the convenience package, which again you can add on the standard SEL. And you're going to notice a few other things like the LED indicators in the side mirrors. This one also keeps those roof rack rails up above and the power liftgate. Now, one thing I noted of interest, the regular SEL is going to have a spare tire, where this SEL Hybrid just comes with the tire mobility kit. So if that's something that's important to you, that would be something to consider. Now, keyless entry on the door handle is going to be standard for both of these models, as well as a remote start on the key fob, which makes it very convenient when it's a little chilly like it is today. But where you're going to want to be is inside. So let's hop back over to the white SEL and we'll check out the interior. Okay, so inside the SEL Tucson, why am I holding my phone? That's because I've got wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless charging in this particular model. It's really cool. I hopped in, I already programmed my phone, so I've got my Google Maps, Spotify, my text messaging, all that good stuff right in the 8-inch infotainment screen. Now you can also go through the standard Hyundai infotainment. It's going to be more basic than when you would go up to the convenience package, but with the Apple CarPlay, I assume that's what a lot of people are going to be using, or that Android Auto, which makes it very easy. There's also 2 USB plugs down here along with the wireless charging, so your passengers can also keep their devices charged up. Now this one will get the dual climate control, and there's going to be a little knob here so you can change the temperature up and down for the driver and the passenger. It's just going to be your standard controls there. It's not built into the infotainment screen. Now this one will have our small display in the gauges here. It will keep regular gauges where it's not the full digital display like in the convenience package, but it's going to give you all your pertinent information in there, kind of your trip computer stuff. It's going to go through all of your safety features, which you can control through here as well. And this does have the smart cruise control. So you can set a distance on the highway and it will keep that distance to the vehicle in front of you. In your mirrors, you'll also notice blind spot monitoring. There's the lane departure warning in this system as well. So there's a lot of good stuff with the Hyundai safety features that's going to keep you and your family very safe in the vehicle. Now, speaking about family, how about the back seats? The first thing to note, there is a couple of USBs back there, and there is a lot of headroom. I get into a lot of compact or smaller SUVs, and this one I'm always surprised just how much room I have. Even with my hat on, I'm not touching the roof in the back. I've got a lot of leg room back there, and the Tucson does feel a little larger than it even looks on the outside, which is very convenient if you've got the kids in the car seat or a growing family. Now, like I said, you've got all that convenience of the folding seats, but you do still get quite a bit of cargo area with the rear seats up. And another thing that's cool is those rear seats not only fold flat, but they recline. So if you want to have the kids in the back or more comfortable adults back there, you can actually pull the handle and recline the seat a little bit, which makes it more convenient and more comfortable. One other thing with this model, the big difference is going to be the cloth seats. So I like the pattern that kind of runs through the middle here. This one has the darker interior. There's a few different options when you're looking at this, but they are going to be heated seats. So you can click those on. There's 3 settings here. The cloth is nice because it doesn't get so hot in the summer, and then it heats up very quickly in the wintertime with just the press of a button. Now, you also can access your backup camera by the press of a button down here, or obviously when you put it into reverse, that will pull the camera up there. It's crystal clear, easy to see out behind you. You've also got your auto hold and just a few other things like your all-wheel drive lock down here. If maybe you're a little stuck in the snow, going through the alleys behind the houses sometimes, that is a great feature there. So one other thing in here, you've got your voice control, so I can click that and use Siri on my Apple CarPlay, which makes it very convenient and safe when you're out on the road. The steering wheel is nice in here. This one doesn't have the leather-wrapped wheel that you would get when you move up to the convenience package or the shift knob. Now, one of the other big differences you'll notice when we go over to the hybrid is going to be how the selector for the gear is laid out. This one has the standard gear select, put it down into drive, click it into reverse, you hear the parking brake release, and then just back to park. So what's cool is there's a shift-by-wire system. So let's hop over to the hybrid, we'll check that out. So now we're in the SEL Convenience Hybrid, and you do notice a few differences right away, a lot of that being the convenience package. You go to the 10.25-inch display, which is kind of more the rectangle display in the screen here. It's lightning quick, so I've got my CarPlay on here. You can also do Android Auto. This one also has the built-in maps or the navigation, which is pretty nice, so you can use that if you don't have your phone or don't want to do it that way. Same difference, you're going to have 2 USB plugs down here with the wireless charging. It's just a little bit different of a layout, like I said. So with the shift-by-wire, you get rid of the regular gear selector and you go to these little buttons. So you can click reverse, drive. It makes it convenient and does free up quite a bit of space here because you don't have the large shifter. So you got the nice cup holders and the armrest. This one with the H-Tech seating in here, it's going to be more of kind of like a leatherette. It's a really easy material to clean. If you spill drinks on it, you can wipe it off. It feels very comfortable, and these are going to be heated seats for the driver and the passenger. Now, if you go up to the limited model, you can even add heated seats to the second row, which is pretty nice as well. Like I said, that one didn't have the leather wrap steering wheel, where the convenience package does add it in here. And this one with the 6-speed and the hybrid actually gets the paddle shifters behind the wheel. Now, a big difference on this one, it's a full digital gauge cluster. So you can actually go through the different modes, similar to the same information on the other one, but you can see your MPG, some of your trip computer stuff is obviously going to be in here. There's also the energy flow, so you can see if the power is going from the engine to the battery to the wheels. That's kind of cool. And there's also a hybrid mode or a hybrid setting, so you can average and check some of that stuff down on the infotainment screen. This one's also going to have the same safety features: adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, that lane departure warning. All that good stuff is going to be built into all of these Tucson models. You're also going to have the voice control, same as in the SEL, so I can click that. You can use Siri, but on this one, if you click it, you can actually ask it a few different things, like what's the weather going to be like tomorrow. You can use for navigation, that kind of stuff. It makes it pretty convenient when you're on the move. This dual climate control, you get rid of the little knob or lever, and it's all haptic feedback. So if I click that, I can still change it for the dual climate control, turn it off for the automatic setting. So it's no longer a knob for the volume or that. It's actually going to be just the haptic feedback. So this one's also going to have the camera button down here. So a little bit different backup camera, as it can keep your navigation on the side if you click that camera. So that's a pretty cool feature with the larger display. Now let's talk about pricing. So if we're looking at the all-wheel drive in the SEL, that one, the MSRP is going to be about $33,100. Now, if we go over to this version, you're gonna be just a little bit over 37,000. So if that one you're adding the convenience package, you're gonna add a couple $1,000 to that model, which is gonna get you pretty much the same equipment. So there is a lot of value in going to the hybrid version because you're keeping the all-wheel drive, get a lot of great equipment in here, and you're gonna get awesome fuel economy in return. One other big notable thing, this one has the panoramic sunroof up above, so you can hear the screen sliding open. It really does open it up, especially with this lighter interior. It kind of gives it an open greenhouse effect in here. It's very comfortable, especially for the rear passengers. It definitely opens it up, and I love that feature in here. So if you're looking at the differences or maybe some of the changes between the two, if you want the cloth seats or if you don't want to do the hybrid version, there's a lot of options when looking at the Tucson. You can either do the N line on the hybrid, which is even sportier and looks pretty cool on the outside, or the limited, which is even going to add more features to these models. But like I said, the SEL are some of our most popular because you do get a lot of equipment for the money, a lot of style on the exterior. And I think if you're looking for a crossover SUV, you got to get out and take these Hyundai Tucsons for a spin and see what you think. So that was just a quick look at a couple of 24 Tucsons. Now, if you'd like more information or maybe to schedule a test drive, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by either one of our Hyundai locations. We'd be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.